Okay. On questions 23 through 25, these are from Unit 3. This is on graphing quadratics. On 23, remember, these are all going to be multiple choice, so your calculator is going to be very handy on a lot of these questions. So here, use the graph of y equals x squared. This is a generic parabola. To find the formula of the function of f of x on the right. So we want to write this equation. And it says assume a scale of 1. So on here, on the graph, each little dot there represents 1. And then they give you vertex form. This is vertex form. This is vertex form. And remember, from vertex form, the vertex is located at h comma k. Okay? So it would be helpful to find the vertex. And it says assume that a is equal to 1. So on this particular problem, they're telling you a is already 1. So on our equation, f of x equals a is 1. Now we need x minus whatever h is squared, and then plus our k. So let's find out what our vertex is. Looks like we are moving 1, 2 to the right. So our vertex appears to be at 2, and that looks like we're going down 1. So there's your vertex. So this is your h, this is your k. So your h gets plugged in for the h, that's 2. And then your k gets plugged in for the k, that's negative 1. Now recall that your x value here will always be the opposite sign as you see. Over here, the k will be the exact value that you see. Okay? And again, this is going to be a multiple choice question, so you're just going to have to pick out the equation that matches the graph. Should be a pretty easy question for you. On 24, here, give you an equation, they ask you to graph. Again, this is going to be multiple choice, so from your calculator, if you go and you plug in negative x squared plus 4, and you hit graph, and again you might need to zoom standard, zoom 6, to get this to be a 10, 10, 10 by 10 graph. You've got what the basic graph should look like. Now that might be enough to answer the question. However, you might need to look at some points. So you hit second and the graph button, and you can get your table of values. Now, from the graph, it looked like the vertex started with x equals 0 and y equals 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 4. So let's put 0, 4 in the middle of our chart. So there's 0, there's 4, and look, these are 3s, these are 0s, these are negative 5s. So I can plot these points. At negative 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm at negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At negative 2, I'm at 0. At 0, I'm at 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. At 1, I'm going to be, at 1, I'm at positive 3. Negative 1, I'm at positive 3. I skipped that one. At positive 1, I'm actually at positive 3. This point doesn't exist there. At 2, I'm back at 0. And at 3, I'm at negative 5. So here is your parabola. Okay? And recall that this is going to be a multiple choice. You're just going to have to pick that out of a multiple choice question. Okay? The last one for this particular unit, Unit 3, is number 25, and they want you to find the vertex. They want you to find the vertex. And remember that the h coordinate here, this is h, was equal to opposite of b over 2a. And then to find the k, you just plug it back into the function. So you would plug whatever you get for this back in for x, and you'll find the k. Okay? So if we use the formula, remember there's a 1 out in front here, so this is a, b, and c. So your value of h is opposite of b, which is negative 6, over 2 times a, and a is 1. So this is negative 6 divided by 2, that's negative 3. So for your vertex, your h is -3. Okay? Now, to find out what your k is, you're going to plug -3 back in here. So your k is going to equal x squared, which is -3 squared, plus 6 times -3 plus 5. So k equals -3 squared is 9. 6 times -3 is -18 plus 5. So 9 minus 18 is -9 plus 5. K equals -4. Okay? So that means your y coordinate is -4. Now, if you didn't want to go through all this, how could you find your vertex? Your handy-dandy calculator. So, we could go to y equals, and we could plug in our equation. X squared plus 6x plus 5. Hit graph. And look to see where we think our vertex is at. 1, 2, 3. Looks like it's -3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 4 or 5. So let's go to x equals -3 in the table. Does it look like it was x equals -3? And sure enough, look, -3, -4, that's in the middle because all the y's are matching up on each side. So there's your vertex. Okay?